It was a quiet night, just like any other. I was lying in bed, trying to fall asleep. The streetlights outside flickered occasionally, casting shadows across my room. I rolled over, tugged the blanket closer, and tried to ignore the eerie silence. But then I heard it. A soft whistle. It started faintly, almost like a breeze. I thought it was my mind playing tricks on me, but the sound persisted. Low, melodic, but oddly dissonant, like someone trying to lull me into a trance. I turned my head toward the window, convinced it was the wind. But there was no wind, no leaves rustling. Just that persistent whistling, coming from the street. It wasn't unusual for someone to walk by late at night, but this felt different. The whistle didn't fade as it should have. It stayed, growing louder, until it was right outside my window. I froze. I didn't want to look. I didn't want to know who was standing just beyond the glass, whistling. But curiosity tugged at me, and against my better judgment, I slowly sat up and peeked through the curtains. There was a man standing there, perfectly still, his face obscured by the shadows. His eyes glowed faintly, the only part of him visible in the moonlight, and he was still whistling. The sound was now louder than ever, almost deafening. I felt my heart race, my body rigid with fear. Then, without warning, the man stopped. The silence that followed was worse than the whistle. I held my breath, straining to hear anything. Footsteps, breathing, anything. Then, a soft voice from the man, no louder than a whisper, said, "I can hear you breathing." My breath caught in my throat. Slowly the man stepped away, disappearing into the darkness. But the whistling didn't stop. It echoed in my mind for hours, long after the man was gone. The next day I walked to the window, still shaken. There was no sign of anyone outside, just the usual empty street. But when I pulled back the curtain, I saw something etched into the glass. The words, "I'll be back tonight." The whistling began again that evening.